Ever wondered why Indian media often feels like an echo chamber of government propaganda than an independent source of news? In recent years, the Indian media has drastically changed under Narendra Modi's BJP government. Now, major Indian outlets are largely reduced to mouthpieces echoing Hindu nationalist rhetoric and manufacturing consent through orchestrated misinformation. With storytelling so dramatic that you'd think they are taking inspiration straight from Bollywood scripts. Corporate tycoons like Mukesh Ambani and Gautam Adani, deeply allied with Modi's regime, have bought influential media outlets including NDTV and Quint. Adani acquired 64.7% controlling stake, effectively snuffing out one of the last critical TV voices. Shortly after, Adani also bought into the digital outlet Quint, just months after tax raids on Quint signaled what happens to critics. Meanwhile, Ambani's Reliance Industries has amassed direct or indirect control over dozens of channels and publications. By 2019, one report found Reliance controlled 72 television channels across India. Such takeovers ensure a compliant media landscape echoing BJP narrative and marginalizing independent journalism. What enables these takeovers is the nexus between big businesses and the ruling party. As the diplomat noted, tycoons like Ambani and Adani have benefited from their closeness to Narendra Modi's government. Today, Indian media blatantly propagates Hindutva ideology. Rather than reporting objectively, channels actively amplify conspiracy theories such as love jihad and corona jihad, maliciously framing Muslims as threats. This dangerous rhetoric directly contributes to increasing violence against minorities, with fake videos on social media fueling hate crimes, as highlighted in international reports. Such misinformation and propaganda are systematically used to manufacture consent among the public for the government's actions. Indian media's most dangerous role emerges during regional tensions. Remember the Balakot airstrike of 2019? Channels falsely claimed 300 militants killed without proof, exploiting nationalism to boost ratings. Recently, after the Pahalgam attack, Indian media immediately blamed Pakistan without evidence, sidelining critical questions about security lapses within India itself. Anchors acted as cheerleaders for war rather than impartial observers, exemplifying their reckless disregard for journalistic integrity. The recent India-Pakistan escalation vividly illustrates media manipulation. Indian media concealed facts from its citizens, claiming their aerial strikes targeted terrorists, when in reality 27 Pakistani civilians lost their lives. Following Pakistan's robust response, India faced strategic humiliation, losing multiple aircrafts, including hyped Rafale jets and their vaunted S-400 air defense system. International media like BBC and Al Jazeera reported accurately, but Indian channels chose patriotic exaggeration, concealing these strategic setbacks from their public. Why is Indian media obsessed with Pakistan, Bangladesh and China? It's a calculated strategy to divert attention from Modi's internal governance failures, economic downturns, unemployment and communal tensions. In 2014, when Bangladeshi protests toppled pro-India Sheikh Hasina Wajid, Indian media portrayed the democratic uprising as an anti-India Islamist conspiracy, inciting baseless fear. Similarly, recent coverage about Maldives shifting away from Indian influence or Sri Lanka's economic woes simplistically attributes blame, always externalizing crisis to deflect democratic scrutiny. How does Indian media manufacture consent and shape public perception? If we delve deep into that, they do this by repetition of the official narrative. Night after night, channels relentlessly reiterate government talking points that Modi is making India strong and criticism is anti-national. Then they simply defame critics. Any person or group that questions the official narrative is swiftly branded as pro-Pakistan or anti-India. Also, perpetual warmongering and enemy creation are central pillars of Modi's propaganda machinery. At first, fear of Pakistan is sold. At second, scrutinization of China is proliferated. Even smaller neighbors like Nepal, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, or even the Maldives get cast as the targets when it suits the narrative. At last, war hysteria closes at fake victory narratives, as it happened in the last days after the strategic defeat and humiliation in the hands of Pakistan. In these ways, Indian media manufactures consent for the government's agenda, priming citizens to support aggressive policies and see neighbors as enemies. India's misinformation is not just limited to TV screens. BJP has an army of YouTubers and social media pages that churn out daily propaganda. Many styles themselves as strategic experts or news channels, but their output is pure propaganda. Videos with titles like India's final assault plan on Pakistan exposed, etc. Figures like Major Gaurav Arya often amplify hyper-nationalist narratives, branding any form of criticism as betrayal. One might imagine that if strategic insight alone were the mayors, his military career might have extended beyond the rank of a major. BJP's organized IT cells use sophisticated tools like tech fog to spread hate, targeting critics and minorities. This digital manipulation combined with mainstream media creates an endless cycle of misinformation, flooding citizens' feed with government-approved narratives. The global community is not silent. Reporters Without Borders, Freedom House and international media watchdogs have repeatedly criticized Modi's media policies, labeling India's press freedom situation as alarming. Neighboring countries like Nepal and Bangladesh openly condemned Indian media's malicious propaganda. Even Western observers have started questioning India's deteriorating media freedom, underscoring how deeply troubling this state-driven propaganda machine has become. As the world watches closely, Indian media's descent into propaganda must be challenged, not for the sake of regional stability, but for the integrity of journalism itself. This is Amara Farid Baloch and you are watching Nexus Bulletin.